Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. Now, yesterday was pink. You may have noticed that there wasn't a video. Today is beach. I've been having some major technical issues and couldn't upload yesterday's video for some reason, and then when we thought we had it fixed, we lost the video. So, anyway, it is what it is. And it was pink, so I have done pink tags anyway. So let's get on to today's prompt, which is beach. Once again, I don't have a lot of beachy themed bits and pieces, so I've got some paper and some embellishments, some creative cuts here from Uniquely Creative, and they're sort of based around, quite loosely, around a beach theme. So I thought I would use some of those and see what I can come up with. Now I have a coffee dyed tag there underneath the cutter that I had sewn around and thought I might use in a previous video. I've just dug that out, but I'm going to use these white, this was a card base, so I'm just cutting the white card down to 2 white tags, and not too sure whether I'll actually use that coffee dyed tag at this point. So I'm just cutting the pieces down to tag shapes. And I've just grabbed out some antique linen distress ink. I'm just going to wipe some of that over the white tags to make it look, I wanted to make it look a little bit like sand. I think I achieved it. I don't really know, but I'm just really roughly and just really randomly just going over, adding that to both of the tags. Once I've done that, I've just got a glass of water to the side of me that I have for my watercolour paints, and I'm just picking some up in my fingers and I'm just flicking it over the tags. I'm going to leave that sit there for a little bit, and then I'll get some paper towel and just wipe that off, and hopefully you might agree with me and think it looks a little bit like sand. Sort of. We're running with it anyway. So that is the base of the tags. Now these are going to be very simple tags because I don't have a lot of bits and pieces to work with, and I like how the paper towels actually left the ridge there, so it actually looks like, you know, how the wind blows the sand and it's got the ripples on it. So I'm just going to go and dry that with my heat tool before I start working on them, and I will actually back those with coffee dyed paper and sew around them. They're all dry now, and before I do back them, I'm just going through some of the papers to try and work out what I might like to use, and I've decided I'm going to use this lighthouse, and the piece to the right of it there that I'm tearing, I just thought I'm going to make that look a little bit like sand, so I've torn that. I'll add some ink once I've cut that out. And I've got some micro beads to the side, which I will add to that as well. I've cut that out, glued that down. Now I've decided that I want to actually lift that up now that I've glued it and sewn around it. And I'm going to add just a little bit of some cheesecloth just to give the effect of movement and the little weedy bits, I don't even know what you call them, on sand dunes. So I'm just looking for my cheesecloth to add to that, and I'll just cut a little strip and add that underneath. So I've just cut a little strip and I'm just re-adding some glue underneath that piece that I've pulled up, and I'm just pushing that cheesecloth in really roughly, gathering it up underneath there and gluing it down, and then I'll trim off that excess bit onto the right hand side there. Now these are the micro beads I was talking about, and I just want to add a little bit to the dune there in front of the lighthouse, just to give a little bit more texture and just to try and make it look like little clumps of sand, or you know, when the little, what do you call them, soldier crabs go and dig holes and they pop out little balls of sand. So I was hoping that this might be the effect that I was thinking of. And I'm just putting some glue down, just really randomly, just placing it on the card there, tipping the micro beads out, and you can see it's just added a little bit of texture there. I love micro beads. They are so much fun. So I'm now decided just to put it on my finger and just pop it in a few different places and just add that on there. I'll end up using the micro beads on my second tag, so I will just pop them to the side once I'm done. In the Creative Cuts pack, there were 2 of the ship's wheels. I've decided to cut this one in half, and I'm going to put it on the top of the tag instead of any fibre, and just use it like a tab. There just is so many ways you can make tabs for your cards and your tags, so this is just another way of just doing something a little bit different. So I did say these tags were going to be simple, didn't I? So the next tag that I have cut a few pieces out on the right-hand side there is going to be the simplest tag I think I've made in this whole collaboration that Shannon has started. So at this point, I'm still fuming about our technical issues, to be quite honest with you, and it's funny how your mood affects your creativity, isn't it? So I just was struggling like you wouldn't believe. So I've just decided to stress around this little card that I've cut out, and you'll see I actually really cut into it way too much, and I tear the whole card, and I think, oh, I've ruined it. But I just add a little bit of age tape, so you can see I've torn that completely there. It just goes from bad to worse. But the age tape looks quite good, so I find my little booklet after I've inked it and add some tape, and then I just layer those few bits and pieces on the tag. Age tape to the rescue. I'm thinking that, you know, I'm trying to make it look, I meant to do it this way and make it look like a aged logbook that was found, I don't even know the terms for ships, but found on the ship. There we go. We'll run with that. I'm just going to put this piece of cheesecloth down that I really roughly cut. I will end up pulling that away, the excess away from that, because I've got way too much there. So I'm just putting some glue down, pushing the cheesecloth into that glue, and then I'm going to glue that little card on top. Really nothing too exciting on this tag. I still like it. It's turned out really well. And then I will add that ship's wheel to the right-hand side, bottom right-hand side there. And then I will also pull away the excess cheesecloth just to make it a little bit rougher looking. And then I'm also going to go back to my, what do you call those things, micro beads, after I've inked, and just add a little bit of micro beads to one corner just to make it look a little bit like sand, just for some nice texture. I'm still just using my art glitter glue to put the micro beads on with. I don't know whether there is actually a specific glue you should use, but I've never had any problems when I've used this glue with the micro beads, and I just think that that adds just a little something to the tag. So there we have Beach done for today. So I love those little micro beads and the cheesecloth in there. It just adds a little bit of something, don't you think? Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood tomorrow and create something a little bit better. Take care, and until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. Bye-bye.